Good journey, everyone. Welcome to Space Oats Live, a Star Wars podcast, episode 103, entitled Heroes Come in All Sizes. There's a reason for that quote, and you may be familiar with where it comes from. Um, Rising Moons. Oh, my goodness, Ben. Good to see you. Happy to have you here. Maybe you know where that quote comes from. I mean, it is a quote from George Lucas, but it particularly was mentioned in a publication that we're going to highlight today that actually was released today, in a way, and I'm excited about it. I actually already ordered it because I always wanted copies of the previous releases and never got them. And yeah, I'm excited about this. But before we actually get into that, I want to go and talk about San Diego Comic Con. Um, I don't know if anybody got to go to that, but I wish I could have got to go to that. I've never been to San Diego Comic Con, so I've always wanted to do that. It's definitely on my bucket list to do. One day I'll get there. I don't know how, I don't know when, but man, the beard is just like killing like today. It's like I didn't do anything today. I don't even think I showered today. Literally, it's like crazy. Everything's a mess. But anyway, San Diego Comic Con happened this weekend, and something spectacular happened. If you didn't know, if you were asleep all weekend long, George Lucas actually made an appearance at San Diego Comic Con. He's never been to San Diego Comic Con. Pretty amazing, right? Star Wars has been featured there for years and years and years, and George has never been at San Diego Comic Con. He was not like a highlight panel. It was actually afternoon of Sunday, and he was talking about something spectacular that's been in the works for years and years and years. Actually, was supposed to be in Chicago, but then moved to LA. And this is going to be something that I'm going to want to go see when I go visit LA in 2027 for Star Wars Celebration, and that is the George Lucas Museum. I can't remember the full title of the museum, but it looks spectacular. It looks like from a galaxy far, far away. And one of the big announcements was that the original land speeder is going to be in the museum. That is one of the many things that George has collected and kept in his collection that he has never gotten rid of. And the original land speeder will be there. That in itself, my friends, is a reason to go to this museum. But we know that this is just going to have so much art from the movies, from George Lucas's collection, especially Joseph Campbell, just all sorts of amazing pieces of art that inspired him to create the movies that he created. And I just can't wait to see it. It's been something that I've been excited about for a long time, and can't wait for the opportunity to go and see this museum, which will be spectacular. Mosh Isley happened. It looked like a lot of fun. I wish I could have been there. That's always a fun time. And it just all sorts of amazingness happened in San Diego Comic Con, and there was a lot of cool collectibles that were released. It, it yeah, just as far as Star Wars related, a lot of publications, new books and things announced. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy with some of the things. There wasn't going to be a lot of big Star Wars announcements. They saved those for like D23, and as far as the TV shows, the movies, and Star Wars Celebration. But so we'll get some more at D23, I'm sure, as far as Star Wars news, which will be coming up pretty soon in August here. So yeah, we'll find out more stuff about some Star Wars projects. We got a lot of stuff coming out. I mean, Maul, the series is just that's like the next big thing. But we got Visions Chapter 3, new Lego Rebuilding the Galaxy, Mando and Grogu coming out next year. Starfighter, which looks fantastic, and then just some other projects with Taika Waititi as well. That just looking forward to those announcements, a little bit further information on those projects, and then maybe those other three movies that they announced at Star Wars Celebration um, back in Europe will ever see the light of day. I don't know. The Daisy Ridley Project, um, the Dawn of the Force, and well, we know that the other Mando movie is going to happen at some point. Well, the Mando verse movie, that's going to happen down the road. But I would love to hear some more projects coming about for next year or the year after, what have you. But anyway, going back to today, what was released today, but this is something it's truly special, that's really hit the bookshelves today. And maybe you already have a portion of this, or this entire thing. It's just been this project has seen two releases, and now it's a combined release today. And this is for all of Star Wars aficionados should really have this. I do not have any of the publications, so I bought this copy today. So hopefully it'll get delivered in the next week, and I'll be able to dive into this. But I've seen it. I've been able to read a little bit of it, and I'm really excited to have this in my collection when I get it. So you might want to head out and go on the internets and maybe make this quick purchase because today, July 30th, 2025, Taschen publication has released a brand new reference book. I say brand new because it's in a new format. The Star Wars Archives episodes 1 through 6. 1 through 6, 1977 to 2005. So the original trilogies, the prequel trilogies, obviously this sounds a little familiar because, like I said, these have been released before. This is a combined re-release of the earlier two publications. So the Star Wars Archives episodes 1 through 3, 1999 to 2005, which was released in 2020, I believe. And then the Star Wars Archives episodes 4 through 6, 1977 to 1983, was released in 2018. So both of those had two separate releases, but now it is combined in one publication. So I do not have any of the originals. I've had some friends that have bought them. I've seen them. They're amazing. But now, for really not that bad of a price, getting them in one combined publication. So if you missed out on any of those, or you just want them in one combined book, now's your chance to go out and purchase that. A new look in a galaxy far, far away in another format. But these publications are spectacular, honestly. I'm just going to go ahead and actually pop up the cool cover of this, honestly. If I can do this right, we go ahead and pop this up. The Star Wars Archives. There it is. Look at that great cover. Star Wars Archives episodes 1 through 6, 1977 to 2005. Amazing, right? Looks fantastic. Feels fantastic. And I can't wait for it to come. Can't wait for it to come in the mail, and I can start diving into this this amazing publication that takes us into. I'm gonna give myself a little bit bigger setup there, but this publication just has so much information in it. Really takes us into the heart of Star Wars and the production and everything that we know all about it. All we know and love, the incredible space battles, the iconic lightsaber duels, the imaginative alien cultures, the environments. All of these have captivated generations upon generations. But what really gives these movies their lasting power, the emotional punch that we get from these, is the richness of the characters, and really being able to dive into this with this book, the Star Wars Archives. It really does dig into that, featuring a treasure trove of behind the scenes material. We got some script pages in there, which is really cool. Some of the script pages, you start to read them and you get like changes in the script pages. Something's falling over. I think that was just a book. changes in the script pages you see from what was originally in the film to what was on the pages, which is kind of fun to see that. Stunning concept art, which of course all of us that are Star Wars fans really know about the concept art and how amazing it is. And this is all beautifully detailed. Some of the best concept art is in there. Detailed storyboards, um, intimate on-set photography, which I love on-set photography, behind the scenes in that way, and just so much more. It's a very big deep dive into the creative process that brought all of these beloved characters to life, which is so fantastic. I'm going to start showing just a little bit of some of the first couple pages and then throughout, just to give you an idea of how amazing this book is. Again, you go right there off the bat. Well, at least I don't know what order it is. So I'm curious as if they reverse the order and they put episodes 1 through 3 first in the book. And then it looks like it anyway, because this looks like an open page format. So it looks like they kind of maybe reversed it, but I don't know, because it does look like it's starting off with episode 1 in this publication, which I think that would be a great way of doing the book. So we'll see how that actually works out. But this from the amazing teaser poster right there off the bat. I mean, I have that poster up here, which you cannot see. Slightly different because it's just Anakin in the desert with the shadow on the ground, not the one with him in front of the building there. But that is one of my favorite looks and posters of all time. Going back to 1977, when this worldwide phenomenon was born, we go back to that when Star Wars burst onto the scene in 1977. We know it was an instant sensation. Reviewers, audiences were absolutely blown away, hailing it as exciting, innovative, an amazing piece of pop culture, fast-moving, special effects laden, just an amazing fairy tale set among the stars, which I think just is why so many of it's not science fiction. It's more fantasy fairy tale, and boy, has it just grown into something bigger than anybody could have imagined, I think. The film, the episodes that followed, created a worldwide phenomenon. Star Wars has been such a massive success for George Lucas, for his production company, Lucasfilm, his special effects company, Industrial Light and Magic, and of course for 20th Century Fox, which produced the film. Produced the first 3 films, and it just continues to be amazing to this day. Going into, again, the Phantom Menace pages here in the publication with the poster, which is an amazing movie poster for the Phantom Menace, just spectacular with Maul in the background there. It's just one of my favorite of the movie posters that we have. So this publication covers the 6 movies under George Lucas, which combined a total of 28 years. George Lucas, writer, director, producer, crafted what many consider a modern monolith of our time. Star Wars has been a story that truly resonates with the child in all of us. I think that is so true, because I definitely, when the prequels came out, especially seeing it with like younger generations, with like my nephew at the time, who was my age when I saw the originals, really took me back to when I first saw the movies. The films tap into universal themes of good versus evil, destiny, redemption, and we see and begin to understand that a little bit deeper when we get into publications like this. Maybe you have a publication that there has been other ones that have been released, or maybe you've already felt that way with the previous releases of this, but it really does take us a journey through the generations. Star Wars does, and when it was made. My favorite, oh my gosh, some of my favorite artwork here, and it's in the publication, which kind of takes us a deep dive into the pod race. But the book beautifully traces the epic narrative of Star Wars, starting with Anakin Skywalker. Um, we follow his journey, and I think that is the way the book is going to go, like episode 1 all the way through 6 this time. So kind of reversing the release order of the books, but just kind of taking us through Anakin's story and the behind the scenes of that, and following his journey as he's trained as a Jedi under Obi-Wan Kenobi, finding his love with Queen Padme Amidala, ultimately heartbreakingly turning to the dark side of the Force and becoming more machine than man as he becomes Darth Vader. And then that gap, we go back to the original trilogies, that picking up with a different adventure of Luke Skywalker, join him on his incredible journey through a galaxy far, far away, meeting the unforgettable characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi, who is now a mysterious hermit on Tatooine, the scoundrels, space pirates, Han Solo, Chewbacca, loyal droids C-3PO and R2-D2, Princess Leia, of course, the terrifying Darth Vader, coming back and serving the servant of the dark, malevolent Emperor, all unfolding in this story, and we get to see a really good behind the scenes of that in this publication, which is fantastic. More episode 1 production stills and concept art here from the book, which again just look fantastic. Innovation at its core is really explored in this. Wasn't just the storytelling that was groundbreaking. To achieve George's epic vision, he had to create a space for groundbreaking visual effects and digital technology, which, again, is explored in Light and Magic. And if you've never watched that series, season 1 and season 2, it really does show how amazing that company was and the groundbreaking technology that was achieved through them. Those innovations have profoundly forever changed the way that we make, and more importantly, how we see visual entertainment, especially with CG and how much it's been incorporated. And you almost can't tell the difference now, which is just fantastic. It's hard to imagine modern cinema without the paths paved by George Lucas and his teams. Really, it did spawn a lot of other companies that were battling to do better, and some of them have. Some of them have done some amazing jobs in visual effects. Some of them sometimes looking better than what we see in Star Wars, but all of that is attributed to the beginning of what George Lucas created. He wanted to push the boundaries. He wanted others to succeed and break grounds where maybe he didn't. So pretty fantastic that, he just didn't want this for himself. He just looked at this as a jumping point for everyone else, especially with CGA technology. I mean, look how far we came from Jar Jar Binks to Yoda in Attack of the Clones. This book gives a unprecedented look inside of all of that. It's the result of a tireless effort by Paul Duncan and the Toshin team over there, working with the full cooperation of Lucasfilm, of course. That's why this book is so amazing. They delved really deep into the Lucasfilm archives, creating a book that is profusely illustrated with original script pages, like I said before, crucial production documents, stunning concept art, some of our favorites, detailed storyboards, rare on-the-set photography, iconic stills, classic posters from all 6 of the Star Wars films that were written and produced by George Lucas. Again, just those 6, not getting into any of the sequels, which maybe we will a little bit later. But it's a truly must-have for any fan who wants to understand the magic behind the films. And honestly, I believe that. I've seen the first 2 copies separately, and I don't know why I never bought them, but now I just couldn't click to buy today. I had to do it. Yeah, I bit the bullet, and honestly, it wasn't that expensive. It was like $30-some, honestly, for these, and it's like 200-some pages. And again, takes us into this behind the scenes, which is really amazing. So if you're looking for an unparalleled look into the making of, I mean, I would say the greatest cinematic sagas of all time. Have to pick up the Star Wars Archives episodes 1 through 6, 1977 to 2005. I don't, don't think you're going to be disappointed in it. I don't think I will. I'm totally not disappointed that I've made the jump to go ahead and have this. I mean, just looking at some of the 2-page spreads of the behind the scenes, they just look fantastic. Um, and there's that land speeder that's going to be at the Lucas Museum. Just looks awesome. Can't wait. My brother actually has this artwork up in his office. This is one of my favorite as well. I mean, the Empire Strikes Back Hoth battle scene. Who doesn't love it, right? It's such a beautiful look from the ground. It's almost like a journalist took that photo, and then it was created into art. Again, some more behind the scenes looks from, I believe, Return of the Jedi. Could be Empire, because the medical frigate was in both. And then, of course, as I said, the scripts are amazing in here. So you got copies of the scripts, which do actually have a lot of differences in them. I was actually reading this page, kind of blown up a little bit earlier. The scenes with on Dagobah with Luke, and then Obi-Wan's chat after Yoda becomes one with the Force is a pretty amazing little excerpt there. Yeah, so I would say if you're a Star Wars fan, you should probably pick this up. It looks pretty fantastic. So, but yeah, that's really all I have today. I don't really have that much to talk about today with Star Wars. We haven't been getting a lot of news. Most of it's been San Diego Comic-Con exclusive releases, merchandise type things. We did get the news of Launch Bay closing this week, which is a little disappointing, honestly. I knew it was going to happen at some point with Launch Bay going away, but I kind of have mixed feelings about that, because I don't know. It's so great to be able to go and meet characters like Darth Vader at Galaxy or at Hollywood Studios, and now that that's not going to be there, is there going to be somewhere else we're going to be able to meet these characters? I really hope that we don't get these characters walking around Galaxy's Edge. Again, that would just take away from all of the immersive storytelling that was put into Galaxy's Edge, into Batuu, and I really just, I don't know. I mixed feelings about the closing of Launch Bay. Gonna have to get over there. I don't know when it closes, when the closing date is, but it's just gonna be tough. I mean, Chewie's in Galaxy's Edge, Kylo Ren's in Galaxy's Edge, but Darth Vader, and he wasn't always in Launch Bay. So it's not like, I don't know. There's just something special about Launch Bay, but it's not as what it used to be anyway. And every time I go, it's not crowded at all. So I kind of see, if they're expanding and they're maybe using that area as expansion for Muppets over there, or whatever they're going to put over there. I love, any new stuff is always good at Disney, but it's going to be a sad day when Launch Bay closes. I remember when that opened, and how exciting that was, and some of the things that were over there. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. How do you feel about that one? But we are getting some new and exciting things in Galaxy's Edge. So, it's exciting. New scenes for Smuggler's Run. Recently, Star Tours having new scenes have been great. And, new additions to the menu at Oga's, which has been pretty fantastic. Those drinks are pretty cool. Some of the food over there is pretty neat and amazing. So yeah, I'm loving it. It's kind of hard to see any expansion with Galaxy's Edge. With now, we've seen kind of an overlay from the aerial views of where the Monstropolis is going to be, which is really taking over a lot of where Star Cruiser parking lot was. And Yeah, so a lot of that kind of going behind where Galaxy's Edge is. So if they ever expand Galaxy's Edge, where are they going to be able to put some of the expansion is going to be a big question for the future if that happens. So, but yeah, there is some walls and stuff up in between Toy Story Land and Galaxy's Edge. Don't really know what that's for as of yet, but yeah, tons of changes going on in Disney at this time. So lots of new stuff happening, honestly. But yeah, that is it for me. Next week I will be doing another episode. So hopefully you can join in, and hopefully we'll have some more Star Wars news, and of course we'll talk about something special with Star Wars. Um, each and every week, like we do, picking a topic. But again, I just wanted to talk about this Lucasfilm Archives publication because it just looks amazing, and I can't wait to get it. And I had to throw that out there in case anybody did not know that that was released today. So that combined book. So I was excited. I actually had no idea until I was trying to figure out what I was going to talk about today. And I came across that this morning and got really, really super excited. So maybe that's something you all add to your collection as well. But that is it for me. Hope everyone has a great rest of their week. And yeah, I do this every day on YouTube and go live and do a not this long ago in this Galaxy segment, going into something in Star Wars history. So join me for that if you are so inclined. I do that around 2:00 p.m. in the afternoon on this channel. Other than that, that is it. I will hopefully see you next week. In the meantime, do something Star Wars, read some Star Wars, watch some Star Wars, listen to some Star Wars, play some Star Wars. Oh, speaking of playing Star Wars, if you are a Microsoft Xbox person, they have a sale that's going on until midnight tonight, and I picked up a lot more classic Star Wars games on my Xbox that I've been playing like crazy. So yeah, so that's happening as well. Until next time, may the stars light your way. Have a great evening. I'll see you next time.